Hello, it's so good to see you. Today we're going to be looking at Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. Let me do that again. Hello, thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be looking at Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. I really hope you enjoyed the session today. I am going to be recording this so you can watch it back later on the Simply Guitar library, so please do so if you think that you might want to go over some other bits. I'm going to put the tabs on the screen. Of course, you'll be able to replay it and slow it down as you like. But I think we should just get started. So this song starts with a really clean sound. So set your amps to a nice clean sound, or quickly swap over to an acoustic if you have it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play the opening riff like this. And I'm going to show you the tab. Okay, so this is our kind of first little intro. And what you're going to want to do for this is, I think, all the way through this intro, if I just play it for you. So it plays this kind of first 4 bars, and then we have this walking down figure. Ready? Now, if you'll notice, on the tab, or I'll show you again in a second, it says "let ring" underneath underneath the notes, in between the notation and the tab. So what we want to try and do is have all of these notes ringing into each other. We don't want to have this. Sorry. Yeah, it's much better to have them ringing into each other. So now, using the fingers which I said to use at the start, so little finger and then middle finger, I'll show you again, is going to really help by getting you that ringing sound all the way through the intro. Okay, so let me just play this first kind of 4 bars, and I'll show you the verse with the clicker. Here we go. Yeah. So all the way through that, we're using the rhythm 1 and 2 and. So just remember that 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and all the way through. Okay, really nice little thing. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try doing this intro, just what we've done so far, and I'll slow it down a little bit for us. And I think we'll just give it a go. Here we go. Okay. Now I just very quickly went on to the next section there, and I'll just talk about the chord shapes that you're going to be needing for this kind of verse riff, this main intro riff. So the chord shapes you're going to be needing are a C chord, an open C chord, and also a C minor chord in an A shape. And those are going to be coming up. Now, when we're playing these chords, they're also playing in the rhythm 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah? Or sorry, and. So let me show you again on the screen. So we have, when we get to the C, it goes. Okay, so that's 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, now, if you're not used to playing, if you're not used to accurately picking the strings in a rhythm like that, do a strum, but try and keep the rhythm at the same as well. So just remember that rhythm. The rhythm's the important part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, if you do the strumming for that, if you remember that it's down on the numbers, up on the ands, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and. And even if you just strum a C chord, yeah, you get this kind of thing. Now, if you kind of don't strum the whole, yeah, and just give it a go, this is going to sound great. So what we're doing is we're going from an open C chord and then we've got those open strings at the end. And then we're going to go into a G major chord. Now, it's a G major chord voicing with our two little fingers there, and you can really play it like a G major. Yeah, this kind of thing is really cool. Awesome. So let me give this a play for you with the tune. Here we go. And I'll remember that bar at the front this time. 2, 3. Yeah, this last little bar is really nice, leading into a G, and then this kind of D over F sharp idea. I think, you know, this bass is going from a G to an F sharp, right? So when you're playing it, yeah, this kind of idea. And you can maybe do the fingering like this, like a cowboy G. You know, it's another way of, you know, we normally learn a G chord like this, but you can do a cowboy G just like that, and it's pretty cool. So what we have is this. Sorry. Yeah, really nice little bit. Now we're going to an E minor idea. Similar strumming pattern, always the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and. So you can kind of get your fingers ready on an E minor. Remember, it's an E minor chord, so we can play. And then after that, we go to a B minor. And then a C. And then that G to F sharp again. Yeah, it's kind of going, repeating itself there, right? And then it's E minor again, B minor, C, and then we finish on this. Sorry. Okay. So it's a really nice little intro. We're going to get to the kind of electric guitar power chordy stuff in just a moment, and we're going to be starting to turn on our distortion pedals. But before that, what I'll do is I'll give it a playthrough for you. Remember that you can slow it down and watch it back in the future. But I think this is a good idea of how this goes, and just remember to keep that guitar sound nice and clean. So let's give it a go. We'll do it slowed down if you want to play along as well. Okay, now the drums are coming. You're going to turn on your distortion pedal just here. Cool. So we repeat that kind of intro an awful lot. It goes into the distorted part. So now let's have some fun. So like I said, turn on the distortion pedal for this little bit, and it's quite actually it's neat when it comes in the song. You'll notice it just gets a lot more exciting very quickly. But let's have a look at this post verse. And actually, I just want to listen to the drums on this little track I've got. Let's just listen. I think there might be an extra beat in there. Let's listen together. I'm not sure. Let's have a listen. There's another beat in there, isn't there? Let's just have a look and see what's going on there, because that is no good. Ah, okay. Interesting. Let's get rid of those. Sorry, just to see what I'm looking at, I can show you. This is the drum track. Yeah, ghost hit. Let's just take it out for the purpose of this. If Trey Cool wants to do a ghost hit, you know, Trey Cool wants to do a ghost hit, but just for the purposes of learning this tune together now, let's just take out those hits. And hopefully now, when we go back to this part, let's have a listen to this now. Here we go. Yeah, bit more nice on the ears, that little bit. Okay, cool. So we have a C chord. This is a C major chord. You know, it's our classic A shape. So 3, 5, 5, 5. And what you want to do is you can try and do it with 3 fingers just like this. Sorry, I'll zoom in on the guitar for you. So 3 fingers just like this. Or what you could do is you could also bar the chord. So you can see that in the tab, I'm not using the E string on the high E string note, which I can show you just here. So this chord shape here is not using the E shape there. So what we can do is just use our little finger if you want. It's kind of like a power chord, but we're barring it. So we have, and then after that goes to minor, and then we have a G5, and then it's 2 bars of that G5, which is really nice, right? So I wonder if we just very quickly have a go playing this post verse, and I'll put the count in. I'll slow it down for us and give it a go. Try and change those chords. Here we go. And then go to the riff. Now back to the chords. Okay, this chord here that we have here, I'll just write this down. This is basically a G5 over F sharp, we could probably call it. So we're just moving down that bass note there from the G5 chord just in this little bit. So we're going from this power chord, which is really cool. So that section was pretty much the same because we have that extra ghost hit in there. We'll leave it in there for now. And then we have the chorus. We're going to play an E5 power chord here, B minor, C, and then that bar. So let's give this little section a go. Here we go. then we're going to a D5. And then again. And then we're into the guitar solo. So let's have a look at the guitar solo now, and we'll see what we've got coming up. It's a really, really nice and easy guitar solo, actually. If anyone's looking to start, getting into their kind of rock guitar solos, this is probably the one to do. So why don't we have a listen to it? Shall I play it for you? Let's have a listen. So I'll play it for you full speed, and we'll see how it goes. Here we go. So let's go from there. Okay, and then into the clean guitar. Isn't that a really nice little section we have there? So let's go through it. We're kind of around that 12th fret, which is quite nice. Now I think the best way to do this one is to start with your oh no, let me think about this. Okay. So we're going to start with the two kind of index finger and middle finger on those 12 frets, and you're just going to try and pick that first bar. The rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's really nice and easy. You can alternating pick it if you like. That's a really nice thing to do. Or you can just do downward picking. And then move the index finger down to the 11th fret. Slide up the shape that you're in to the 12th and 13th. And then little finger on the 15th fret. And then that first finger slides down to that 11th fret there. So let me just play it for you just one more time. I'll show you those bars. So the first bar, let me say that again. The first bar, index finger and middle finger like this. The second bar, just move your index finger down. For the third bar, slide that shape up that you're using already. I'm sorry, just like this, ready? And then for the last bar, little finger on the 15, and then index finger comes down. Yeah, really nice little thing. So let me just play that again. Join in if you want to as well. So there's going to be another bar of 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then it goes back into that kind of clean guitar sound at the end there. So that's a really nice little solo to do. And I tell you what, that really is the majority of the tune. Once we finish the solo, it goes back into that clean guitar sound, and then very quickly it kind of livens up again with that distortion. It's a good one to actually get used to changing your distortion sound. I don't know, some of you may be already having a distortion pedal at home, or you can quickly flick the switch on your amp, but it's a really nice one to just get the idea that songs, sometimes we have to use different sounds and things like this. So hopefully you can really enjoy doing this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a playthrough of the song slowly that you can join in with, hopefully, if you'd like to, and then I will give you a full speed playthrough and we'll see how it sounds. I've just remembered there are two guitar parts, of course, so I may have to. Oh no, sorry, I've put them all in one track, so I should just be able to play straight through, and we'll give it a go. Of course, there is the chat. Of course, if you've got any questions, please do just let me know if you want me to go over anything. But otherwise, I think we'll give it a play. So let's do it. So I'll slow it down nicely, and we'll go right from the beginning. Ah, sorry, hang on. Let's get that metronome on. Here we go. Okay, cool. Now, that was obviously a little bit slowed down, so I'll do it full speed now, and I'll remember to put the solo on the screen. So I thought I had it on 2 tracks, but obviously it was just on the one. But that's fine. Let me just fix this for you. And hopefully now, actually, it's probably a good thing because you can see what the solo was doing underneath there as well, right? So here we go. Okay, so these are the 2 guitar parts together. So we will go from the start, full speed, and then we'll play the solo through. Cool. Wasn't that an awesome song? Thank you so much for being here. That's the end of the session. You know, that's the end of the song. If you're absolutely knackered, then now's probably the time to log off. But look, we're going to be talking about some other stuff. So do join. Do just stay in and enjoy if you're enjoying it. But I do understand that's a lot to take in if you've been sat there for the whole song. So thank you so much for being here. All of that song will be on my website, simplyguitar.com, and you can check it out and replay it and slow it down and everything like that. So let's talk about using a little shape to help us basically change pentatonic scale depending on which chords we're playing. We're thinking about changing the scale to the chords a little bit. I think this would be a nice thing to just touch on today, just before, since I've got the cameras going and we're all here having fun. So let me just move this down, because obviously we're kind of moving on a little bit now. And in fact, maybe I can just bring this down so you can see the guitar nice and clearly. Wonderful. Now I'll tell you what I can also do, which is pretty cool for you. Give me a second. Let me do this for you. Oh, there we go. Now what I'm going to do, this works. This will be quite an interactive one, which you can join in with, right? Okay. I've done this in a long time. Okay. Cool. Now we can really play, can't we? So, if everyone knows our little pentatonic shapes, you know, this minor pentatonic shape, probably. Let's just talk about that one. Now, this is, of course, the A minor pentatonic shape. Now, when I'm teaching people, I like to remind them that it's a minor pattern when it starts from the index finger and goes to the index finger, and when it starts from the little finger and goes to the little finger, it's a major pattern. Okay, so it could be a really nice thing to solo in those two keys, A minor and C major. So if I was to play something like this, in fact, just give me 1 second. Okay, cool. So we have a loop pedal ready for us. So if I was going to be playing something in A minor here, so I'm going to use the chords A minor, D minor, and then E minor. Very, very A minor, isn't it? If I play this. Okay. Okay. Now, if you're not practicing doing your improvising like that with your loop pedal, do. It really, really is awesome. And what I was saying at the start was that pattern that we played also works for C major. So what I'm going to do now is I'll play you the A minor chords, and then we'll play you the C major chords, and you will hear how the chords change. Now this is only the first little bit that we're going to be talking about today. So do let me know if you've got any questions, if you'd like me to repeat anything. So I'll start with the A minor chords. Here we go. Now C major. Going back to A minor. Okay, now. Now C major. Yeah, and you can hear those two different sounds. Now that's great because both of those examples, what I was doing was I was just staying in one of the keys. But what we're going to be looking at today is our fifth position of the minor pentatonic scale, maybe one that you haven't really used for your pentatonic soloing so far. And the shape for the fifth position of the minor pentatonic scale, and if we do it in the key of A minor or C major, well, A minor, fifth position of the A minor, it looks like this. Now, I'll just do that again. So it's middle finger, middle, little, middle, sorry, index, and then little, index, little, and then middle, little, and then middle, and then little. Now this shape goes very well, actually fits in with that C major chord that we were playing earlier, right? So we can use that as a little guide to find this pentatonic position whenever we see a major chord in this shape, okay? Yeah, that's the chord shape for that scale. So when's this useful? Well, we can use it to very quickly jump out of a key. So as an example, the chords which we're going to be playing, we're just going to be thinking in C major, okay? So I'm going to be playing a C major chord, and try and play these along with me as well at home if you fancy it. So we've got a C major chord, and we're going to go to an A minor. We're going to go to an F, 2 bars of the F, and then, actually, no, let's just do 1 bar of the F, right? So let me just loop this round for us. And you can play them in any different chord shape you like. So I'm going to play them in kind of bar chords. Oh, sorry, no, it was C, what was it? C, A minor, F, and then G. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, that position we played earlier goes perfectly with it. Okay, it stinks of C major, doesn't it? It absolutely reeks of it, which is fine, and I love it when it does, because you're very happy, you know exactly where you're going. Now let's think about one of those chords. One of those chords was an F, wasn't it? We had C, A minor, F, and then G. Now what we're going to attempt to do is very quickly come out of C major and play the F major pentatonic over the F chord. And the way that we're going to do that is find the F chord in an A shape, which is here. Now, if you remember what I said earlier, when we find this chord, it gives us, it very actually lays out the chord shape for us, if you can visualize it. It lays out the chord shape for us with our chord here, right? So if I play this shape now, it lays it out into the next position. So it means that when I land on that F chord, I can play the 5th position of the pentatonic here, which is in the key of F major. It's the F major pentatonic, right? And if you know that F major is here, if the fifth position's here, then we can go into that first position. So over the F chord, we're going to be going into that. Yeah, the little licks, really nice. Yeah, really nice one. Okay, so. Yeah, we're very quickly just coming into the key of F major there. So it's a nice little trick for you, and an example of how we can use the chord shapes to learn those pentatonic positions. Now, I don't know if any of you have done my pentatonic course. I teach you all the positions, so please do take a look at it. Remember that you can, of course, keep watch all the videos online and slow everything down. And Jeffrey, it's lovely to have you here. Who have we got in the chat? We have Jeffrey. And what's Jeffrey saying? Nice guitar playing. Oh, Jeffrey, thank you so much. It's even nicer to have you here, sir. And this is wonderful. I'd love to know which part of the world you're from. That's really fantastic to have you here. But look, we'll probably leave the session there for tonight. We've had a nice little go. We played a bit of a song, and we also had a look at some soloing. So please do take a look at the sessions online, and you can rewatch them. I'm going to try and edit this one down and upload it for you. So please do get in touch if you need any help with your guitar playing. But look, thank you so much for being here. We will leave you. We will love you, and we will leave you and into the Thursday evening. So please do have a good weekend, and see you very soon.